All right. I guess we're live, man. Let's start this sucker off. It didn't tell me to schedule it. So I hate when it does that. So frustrating. But here we are, man. I'm gonna start my thing here with the studio. So it's 9:31 Eastern time. Market's closed. It's Tuesday, September 21st. And yesterday we saw the bloodiest freaking red sell-off day we've seen in the last dude all summer. We've seen SPY take a hit intraday. I've never seen anything where the entire stock market was pretty much red across the world. It was unbelievable to watch. Um, and it all hinged on the news of one company, this Evangrod, right? So I'm gonna pull that up here. Unbelievable that this one company in China tanked it. It is unbelievable. Evangrod. Is it too big to fail? That's the articles. No, apparently it's too big to fail. Apparently that's what happens. This company is on the brink of bankruptcy, can't pay their loans that are due, the interest on the loans. And all of this news is the biggest sell the news I've seen yet. We go back and look at the market yesterday, and I can pull this up. If you weren't watching it, if you just woke up and was like, I wonder what happened to all of my money, well, let me tell you what happened to all your money. Evangrod happened to all your damn money. So I'm going to pop up the stock background here. Boom. Look at this bad boy. So this is the SPY, the S&P 500. And we'll look at the QQQs as well. This is today. This is yesterday. So SPY has been slightly downtrending, right? I mean, from its little peak here in the 450s, it's been just kind of hovering. And I kept saying it's going to go down. Then we have days like this that burn the hell out of calls. And then we have some sell-offs like the 17th here. SPY sold off pretty hard. And then it just opened up on Monday and just fell. I mean, you're talking a close at like 440 or 439 and an open at 434 all the way down to 428 on the S&P is unbelievable. And we look at the NASDAQ on the same day and look at the gap. The gap is so severe, it doesn't even connect. That's how big the gap is. Look at that drop. 15,000. I mean, it dropped like 900 points. It's down to 14.5 from 15 and change. And then, today it sold off again going into the close. Is unbelievable. It honestly is unbelievable. The Qs that follow the NASDAQ, major sell-off. I mean, Jesus. Look at the pain. And when you look over here, you'll see my watch list today has some green in it. A good bit of green. A lot of it was green. We still have a bunch of red. And I expect tomorrow with the FOMC meeting, Powell speaking, likely to be more news stories surrounding this Chinese company that we're going to see another sell-off. And now look, you had obviously a little bit of a bounce, in at best case a dead cat bounce, but I don't foresee this making it back into the green tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be another really ugly day in the market, and I'm going to be bearish on just about everything. Tech sold off bad. If we just look at the markets here, I mean, we had a little bit of recovery in some of the pharmaceuticals, but for the most part, it was just so bad. All of these are green. And you have to remember, when you look up here and you see, well, look, NASDAQ's green, Dow Jones green. You know how red they were yesterday? They were severely red. They were as red as they get. So it doesn't take much of a bounce to make it slightly green from where it's at. So I think going into tomorrow, I would definitely be weary on trading some intraday trades. I think it's going to be very choppy. So we can look up what time the FOMC meeting is. Let's see. It shows us here. So it's 2 p.m. So expect some choppiness going into it. And then after it hits, well, all bets are off. I think we're going to ride some stuff into the friggin' dirt. I think that's what's going to happen. Some stocks are going to go straight to hell. So I'm playing puts this week. If you're in the options game, puts are on the table. If you're going to play calls, you have got to be careful because it is going to be such a volatile ride. Look, you could have played calls today on the Qs right there at about 15:30 and run them up a little bit and got out because tomorrow them suckers are going to be bad. Like today, look at that choppiness. And you can't even read the chart. I was playing Apple puts, and look at that. Look at what happened to them. They got awesome yesterday. It would have been great. And then we had this spike up, which slaughtered the puts. And then we had this gap up in the pre-market to a sell-off, which were, my puts were green right here at the bottom of this little dip. And then what happened is they just got burned back and forth, and they still ended down like 18% at the end of the day. And tomorrow we see Apple open up red. They'll be back in the green. One that has defied kind of this entire crash, an oddball to me that gets called out in the Discord, is Nikola. And look, I said I wasn't going to play Nikola because I don't believe that company's making anything anytime soon. I don't believe they're making a car, a truck, a train, an airplane, a stamp, a sticker, a hat. I don't think Nikola's making anything. And someone once said, what does Nikola sell? And the answer was stock. They sell stock. They haven't sold a single vehicle. But this thing just keeps on trucking. And if we look at the daily, it's making this little climb up off of this $9 floor that it's got here. And if Nikola turns around, like homeboy in the Discord likes to think it's going to, it could make some people some tendies. I've made some decent little profits trading Nikola options on intraday. So that's been a fun options trade right there. But also, it's a slow, boring ride. When you look at the 1 minute chart, it doesn't move a lot. And some of those one little spikes send those options rocketing. But it has been interesting to see. The other one that divided was Lucid. Lucid Group defied the market crash. I mean, it just rockets up. It'd be amazing to see it at $64. And I had my finger on the trigger for Lucid calls on Monday. I kicked myself for not buying them. It's not anywhere part of a squeeze. And I hope that people watching this realize that, I'm just going to pull it up. Maybe it'll show up here. Let's see. If I just go to YouTube on here, let's see what shows up on the stock live here, because it still frustrates me. And I saw it a lot more today than usual. I don't think it's going to let me see it. I'm going to type it in here and see if it pulls up. But I saw so many ridiculous squeeze videos and all this crap, especially around AMC. It's not short squeezing, right? So we've got to take short squeeze kind of off the table. I think I saw gamma squeeze on AMC, inbound, all this crap. And I'm thinking to myself, no, that's not what's happening. We have price action that is irregular, but we're not getting these 100% squeezes like what happened with GameStop. I don't foresee those happening probably for a while. If it does happen, it's going to be on a stock nobody knows about. That's when we're going to end up seeing a short squeeze where they go, all right, well, this thing was heavily shorted to shit, and it's going to be a small, inexpensive stock, probably something in the penny stock range, sub $5. We might see some run-ups. You might even see something around the $10 range like Clover Health. But even Clover hasn't had a run-up in the meme stock world. Or MViz. Look at Microvision, $12. If you've been following Microvision, you've been hearing about the squeeze and the buyback and the buyout and the selling of the company and the technology and all this crap for the last 9 months. And it hasn't happened. Now look, this here 10 to 30 is an impressive move. It's impressive. That was all based on news that they might have somebody wanting to buy the company going into their earnings report, and then it didn't happen and the sell-off was severe. And look, it's been continuing that way. And if we look at the other meme stocks like Clover Health, heavily shorted, boom, rocket, freaking rocket ship straight up. And now you get some spikes where it's shooting up. You know, when you've got a $10 stock, dude, 10% is $1. It's $9 to $10. You need 100%. You need 10 to 20. You need 300%, 10 to 30. That's a short squeeze. That's a real squeeze happening. You got something like GME. The buying pressure for GME to do that is insane. And this was a good move. Look, this wasn't that long ago. GameStop moved up like 30 bucks. But if we want to talk about stocks that are really moving, look at Upstart. Look at this bad boy. Can't stop, won't stop. Upstart. You know, that thing's a freaking rocket. Is it going to come down? Likely, but also Upstart's in the lending business. And people need money more than ever. And if they are in the business of giving people money who are having a hard time accessing money, there you go. Same goes with Affirm. Look at Affirm's rise. Way up there. It, what, 130 almost? 120 something? Look at that. Where's the 52-week high? 146. 52-week high. This is, again, a lender. A lender who is more lenient than banks. These companies are crushing it because people need access to money, and they've made it very easy to get access to. So those companies aren't squeezing. They're just getting bought up based on their company valuation. Got something like Snapchat took a pretty good bounce this week, up there in the 80s and bounced around. Some of these plays are going to be very volatile. So one that I would watch out for is Apple to the downside. Bam! I think Apple's going down that trajectory right there. And I'm not a big fan of drawing lines. You know this. But that's the line to the downside. The line to the upside, if we want to go draw on the chart. Man, we can't even go that way because of this day. But if let's just say we take out a couple days of the chart for your technical analysis, we're so far out of that right now, it's not even funny. So expect it to get a big bounce before, you know, it's going to fall. It's going to fall harder before it bounces and gets any kind of recovery to the upside. I think that is definitely in line with what's about to go down, which is crazy. Another one that is crazy that it sold off so much is Microsoft. Microsoft did touch down, I think, at like 290, which is crazy. But that run up, severe. This is the daily chart. Remember that. This is the daily chart. It's unlikely that it's going to come down and fill a gap to 260. That would be its far, far low support line in the event of a real market crash. Ideally, this 290, 294 range should be the floor. And then we should see it, you know, recover from there. But I don't see it's going to happen fast. I think it's going to be an October-ish, end of October, moving toward earnings kind of recovery for this stock. AMD sold off. You know, AMD from 122 came back down. And these are all in the tech sector. They're just taking a beating. The other sector that's moving is like the vaccine stuff. I've been out of the vaccine plays because the news around it is so volatile, right? To me, it's volatile. Yeah, buddy, puts on point. But also, when you're buying puts, you've got to play the intraday game if you're buying weeklies. You really have to watch for these spikes because these stocks are spiking up on the intraday like this, bam. And it's about timing. Normally in the market, when we see this double bottom, that's bullish, right? As trades would be screaming out here, freaking, you know, George W's. Let me tell you something about George W's. George W's turn into fucking this, M's, and they crash. But AMD, yeah, maybe it is overpriced at $100. I mean, look, they make a lot of stuff that with the whole chip shortage happening, I don't know. I don't know if it's overpriced. I think maybe it's just a product of inflation. Everything's more expensive. It's harder to get. Supply and demand is going to send chips through the roof, which is nuts. I'll tell you one thing, though. I was following the Bull Discord, and man, these guys were heavy on Wish. Bro. Jay Dunn, buddy, I love your channel and your Discord and your content and your enthusiasm. But Wish, bro, you gonna wish you'd never even heard of that damn stock. Holy shit. They were calling Wish out forever, man. Like I remember this. I remember these calls out back here in June. Wish is a $30 stock. Wish is going up. Bro, Wish is at 5. Wish is almost a penny stock. That is nuts. That is unreal. The same goes for Diddy. DIDI. Boom. 70, not 70, but 18 bucks. You know, they're calling these out like, oh, these Chinese stocks are going to rocket. Let me tell you what China is good at. China's good at saying F you to America right now. They're real good at that. And here's the thing. We owe China a lot of money. So much money as a country that anything that affects the Chinese market crashes here in America. It just eats so much shit. All of these Chinese companies are eating it, except for maybe Baba. Baba's doing well overall. I mean, obviously this doesn't look great, but it's held up better than most. You know, fucking dude, can you imagine trading Baba at $320 and now holding the damn bag at 150? 50% hit on Baba. But, you know, I've seen Baba make some pretty awesome gains. But, dude, all the Chinese ones are just smashing into Middle Earth. It's unbelievable how much these are selling off. And the options chain prints so high on them. What's a put on it? Well, it's probably high as fuck right now. Yeah, look at that. So, you know, today they ended pretty high. But look, you get yourself a 130 put. Go out, it's October and middle of October, 252 bucks. It's unreal. And things are going to print so hard. And when you look at these like 170s, oh man, that's $2,000. Let me tell you something. Wasn't $2,000 like a week ago. My sucker was 170 bucks. And now it's at 150. The sell-off is real. Another one that's taken a hard hit is Hut 8 Mining. These cryptocurrency plays are so volatile. I've been staying out of them because Bitcoin does what Bitcoin wants to do. Ethereum the same. We're not playing in a world that makes sense. We're just not. You know, we had plays on Hut 8, and then El Salvador comes out and says we're going to use Bitcoin as our currency. We're going to adopt it as our currency, and Bitcoin drops 20%. Why? How does that make any sense to anybody? It makes no sense to me at all. You have an entire country going, we're gonna use Bitcoin as currency, and then Bitcoin suddenly falls 12 grand. But that's not even like, who's selling that much Bitcoin on the news? Like, who's over there going, oh, that's it, I'm out, pulling all my Bitcoin out? Like, who sold that much Bitcoin? Unreal. It's unreal that it dropped that much. I don't know. It still hasn't recovered. Bitcoin's still in the shit. But these mining companies took a big hit. Hut 8 Mining, there was so much hype around Hut 8. And look at it now. It's $7.50. It was $11. It was on target. You know, they keep saying Hut 8, it's going to be a $30 stock, a $20 stock. Right now, it's a $7 stock. Holy balls. That's unreal. Yeah, buy those dips. Sell near all-time high. Let me tell you, you're going to be selling an all-time low. Right now, it's put season. Put season is in effect. You got something like Uber just spikes up. What caused Uber to go to space today? Does it even say? Not really. Click the news and whatever. In a recent email sent to his mailing list subscribers, I can't even pronounce that dude's name, Klasaki reported 5 of the cryptocurrency portfolio picks of his crypto expert Jeff Wang, managing partner at Sequoia Capital Group Equities. He explained that Wang and his team were among the first shareholders in Snap, helpful build Uber Technologies, Airbnb, and Lyft. Stocks are now investing in crypto. Hello, rumor. Hello, news. So what? Uber invests in crypto and Uber goes up freaking $10. It's insane. I don't want crypto to be out of the question and forgotten. I want crypto to make a decision. We're either going down crypto world and it's going to be somewhat stable, or we're going to not use crypto in that manner and then let it be a roller coaster ride. Let it be the Dogecoin of the future. I don't give a shit. But imagine, I even brought this up. Imagine your country says we're going to adopt this cryptocurrency as our currency. And you're like, cool. And then you wake up the next day and 20% of your money is gone. Imagine 20% of your gross national product, your GDP, gone overnight for no reason other than the fact that you put it in crypto. It's insane. You're like, well, it'll come back. Or will it? It's going to take a while. And everyone who keeps telling me, you know, oh, Bitcoin's going to, will Bitcoin go to 100,000? Effing no, it won't. Where's Bitcoin? You know, it's not going to 100,000 anytime soon. The thing about Bitcoin, oh my God, look at that sell-off today. Jesus. Oof, 42. Even if you bought in, yeah, just give it 3 years. You're going to be broke in 3 years. It takes so much money to move Bitcoin. I get it. 3 years ago, it wasn't worth this much. Here's my problem with it. It's just math. My problem with Bitcoin to 100,000 is simple math. The market cap on Bitcoin is so damn high right now at 42 grand that Elon Musk and Tesla bought $1.5 billion in Bitcoin, and it went up like 6,000 bucks. It's gonna take $1 trillion fucking dollars for Bitcoin to hit 100,000. Who's buying that much? The only way I see Bitcoin, and this is just me, who I'm not a crypto expert, I'm not a financial dude when it comes to crypto. This is just me putting reality in front of me, going, if I want this to go from 42,000 to 100,000, more than 1xing itself, 1.15x, it's going to take 3 times the amount of money to get it there. The only way I see that happening is if the world decides it's going to allow you to use Bitcoin to buy and sell shit. Right? If I can go on my phone right now, if I can go down the street to a store and pay with Bitcoin, then okay, now we're getting somewhere. But what company wants to accept Bitcoin when you can sell something today for $100 and tomorrow you now have $80? You know, like for the same sale. Now that thing's $80. Does your price change? That's the question. So if I have a $100 item and it's whatever it is in Bitcoin, let's just say it's 0.0001 Bitcoin, Bitcoin price falls. Do we change the price of our product because Bitcoin fell? Or does our product stay at $100, just cost now more Bitcoin? If that's the case, then using Bitcoin to buy and sell things is a problem. To me, that's a problem. Let's just say, because this is a huge number and most, not too many things are going to cost 42,000 fucking dollars. Let's just wrap this into a term that makes more sense and trend it down into what we would consider our current currency rating, because putting something up for sale for 0.000257 whatever Bitcoin to buy a soda doesn't make sense to me right now. It's too complicated, or our brains are going to be like, no. So let's just say you've got things in currency that we're used to. So we'll just say Bitcoin is worth $1, just for easy mathematical what I'm trying to think of here, hypotheticals. So today I sell a product for $100, and you have a bunch of Bitcoin, or it's 100 Bitcoin, right? We're just gonna say it's Bitcoin. It's not related to this, but Do you need to change the price of your product as Bitcoin fluctuates? Because if it's $100 today and then Bitcoin goes up, it's worth more. The product costs you less money. But if Bitcoin goes down, the product costs you more money. So the price of the product is fluctuating on an intraday level. That's a huge problem because right now, while we do have inflation, if I have $100 in my wallet, no matter what, at the end of the day, that $100 still buys $100 worth of stuff unless the price of my product changes. Right? I have to change the price of the product. The product's no longer $100. The product is now $80, or the product is now $120. Either way, I only have $100. That, if we reverse it and go, okay, well now the product's $100. Your $100 today is now worth $90, so you don't have enough to buy it. Tomorrow it's worth $110, so you do have enough to buy it. So that's where we have a big problem. You know, that's where I see we have a problem with buying. Now, like I said, with the amount of money that Bitcoin is trading at on small purchases and smaller amounts of money, that doesn't matter as much. But if you're going to go buy a car, you know, and this morning you had, or let's see, what are we on, daily? So last week you had $52,000 worth of Bitcoin. You had one Bitcoin and it was 52 grand. And you wanted to go buy a car, but you were going to go buy it this week. Now you only have 42 grand. You've lost $10,000. But the car still costs $50,000. But you don't have $50,000 anymore. So now what do you got to do? You got to wait till you either make more Bitcoin or Bitcoin goes up. Therein lies a fundamental problem to me in Bitcoin making it to 100 grand, and also you being able to use it regularly across the market. Like there's a problem there, right? And you would cry, bro. You would, dude, if you bought it Bitcoin at freaking 68 grand, you're crying right now. You lost it. I think Meet Kevin's just dollar cost averaging crypto because he was buying it when it was, the AMC was booming, crypto was booming. I think he was buying it like 55 or 56,000 on Bitcoin, you know, and to watch Bitcoin go down to freaking 29 grand not that long ago. Look, wasn't that long ago. And you had a run up. Yeah, he was buying it back here. Bitcoin's going up, bought in the thing, and then boom, you know, you lose 40%, and you're trading Bitcoin like cash, right? That's heavy. Yeah, he's rich. He's definitely rich. That dude makes some money. Dude, he had a freaking call option last week, and he was like, "Oh, I took these puts, and I turned, you know, $30,000 into $24,000 into $76,000 overnight." Bro, you're making $40,000 profit trades overnight. Jesus, Lord, you're trading salaries, bro. You're trading freaking salaries, annual salaries, daily. That's ridiculous. Jesus. Your boomer dad bought 2 Bitcoin. Like 2 whole Bitcoin? He bought, like, what you're saying, January? Let's see, November last year. What was it going for? 20. Shit, my chart doesn't go back that far. This is only this year. It goes to December. Man, shit. Well, he did make a good play. Dude, that Eyeless is the play, man. Lucid's out there killing it in Eyeless. He was buying it when it was like a penny or 2 pennies, and he's like, it might go to 3 cents, 4 cents. And like 3 weeks ago, he's like, dude, we might hit 6 cents. And then today he's like, yeah, 40 cents. Fuck me, 40 cents. Bro, that's legit. I don't know. I don't know where Bitcoin's going. People try to do technical analysis on Bitcoin. It makes no sense to me. Draw your lines wherever you want. That chart makes no fucking sense. I don't care. Virgin Galactic makes no sense. What is this? Look at this giant M on the daily. Doesn't make sense. You can do DD all you want. Buddy, you can do due diligence all you want. Let me tell you what due diligence does for you. For the most part, you can trade technical analysis. Disney's in a downtrend. What it's not going to do is tell you that this shit right here is going to happen. This is Disney today. And Colin, if you end up watching this from Charger Trading, bro, I'm sorry for your loss. Because I have traded Disney. I've never seen Disney drop $10 damn in 5 minutes. I mean, this is a 10-minute chart right here. In 10 minutes, they sold 3 million shares of Disney. Jesus Christ. That's a lot for a stock that trades at 170 bucks. And it fell, and he was like, dude, easiest money you're going to make all week. Buy Disney calls. It's going to get bought back up. Bro, I was like, hard pass. There's no way that's getting bought back up. Look at that drop. Look at that dump. Dude, who sold that? Dude, Walt Disney in his grave sold that. That's an epic amount of shares. That's kid diddling amounts of shares. Someone got diddled. Someone knows about it. They about to say something. They said it was based on the news that the Disney Plus subscriber, like they're not getting enough subscribers or some shit, and that's why that happened. I don't know, man. That's it's such a giant sell-off. Yeah, right there. There's a picture of somebody from Walt Disney on Epstein Island. That's what that is. They were like hard pass. Now, no chance you could have known that was coming. You know, you're sitting here trading Disney and you're like, oh man, look at this. Getting ready for the breakout. All you'd see all day. Get ready for the breakout. Boy, let me tell you something. That thing broke. That thing fell into fucking hell. And then you could have bought some calls right here. Intraday, you could have made a couple bucks on those 15 cents or so a contract, but it's going to sell off. It's going to be ugly. I don't know, man. I don't see it recovering from that. That hit is nasty. But if it does, and you buy them 180 contracts for like next week, you might be all right. It just depends on what happens tomorrow. But you can't, no matter what you do with your technicals, you can't predict these outliers. Same I said with Apple today. We had a 1 minute murderous candle happen on Apple. Let me back up. Like, oh, do your technical analysis. Let me tell you something. Technical analysis will tell you that this bitch is going down. Let's just go on 30-minute, right? Let's just go 30-minute chart. Oh, fell off, sell off. Apple is selling off, right? Even that little spike, sell off. It's in a downtrend. Ignore this line. This line, I was just drawing this to prove a point. I can't move that back, right? This is the downtrend Apple is currently stuck in on the longer term. Then we go into the intraday, and we're like, oh, my puts are looking amazing. They're looking so good. Then you have whatever the Sam fuck this 1 minute candle is. This 1 minute candle, 373,000 shares, skyrockets, engulfs this entire downtrend in 1 minute. Dude, that's a lot of shares. 1 minute. So we can't rely solely on this technical analysis because we have these outliers that don't make any sense. And to be fair, this happened across the tech sector. See that? Microsoft, same time. Boom! Look at that boner. 218,000. I want to say AMD had it. Yep, AMD had it as well. It wasn't quite as many, but still a pretty big move up. And the AMD was at least on a leg up before it happened. Who else had it? There's probably Facebook or something. Yeah, Facebook. So all of the, and probably Google, all of these tech stocks just all saw this massive freaking boner happen. Why is it not so stupid? Alphabet. Nah, it's not even on Alphabet. But they all had this amazing boner, and it affected SPY. SPY got it too, obviously. And you can't predict that. You can't go, oh well, it's gonna break out. Now, if you had calls and you're like, oh, it's gonna come back, you lucked out. But if you didn't sell them, look, back to reality at the end of close where it was below that. So we really got to be careful in this market. It's choppy as shit, and you've got to make some plays. I'm about to do a video on Robinhood that I think is going to be pretty important to people out there who like to day trade on Robinhood because it's going to be related to the pattern day trade rule, which some people are familiar with, some people are not familiar with. I'm about to post up a couple videos talking about it, but I'm not going to do them on the live because this is just about what's going to happen tomorrow. And I think tomorrow we're going to see a lot of choppiness. If you are a day trader, tomorrow is going to be your freaking wet dream if you can time the market, because we're going to see spikes. We're going to see crashes. I think we're going to see a lot of this tomorrow, but it's going to be all about timing. It's going to be about just taking your profits and waiting it out, because it's going to happen so damn fast. I think one of two things. We're going to see a day like this where we do get a big sell-off followed by a slight recovery, followed by a big sell-off, followed by a slight recovery. Or we're going to see a spike in the morning, and then we're going to see nothing but red, blood red, hell pits of fire all day long. And maybe at the end of the day, depending on what Jordan Powell says, how long that conversation takes. He starts at 2 o'clock. I've seen it go where it didn't start till 2:30 and it didn't end till 3:30, which goes halfway through power hour, and people are still tentative to even trade because they don't know what's really going to happen. At the end of the day, he never really says anything that's not really anticipated. So we'll see what happens. So good luck trading tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be watching it. I'm probably, honestly, not going to make many plays at all, just because what do I've got? I've got Nikola call over here, and I've got Apple puts mainly. I'm just going to watch it bleed out. I think that's what's going to happen. And if I'd held on to my put plays that I sold yesterday and just stayed out of the market, I'd have been sitting a lot prettier than I am today. It's crazy what 24 hours can do to you. It's crazy what 20 minutes can do to you if you're playing options. So be careful out there. Safe trading. I'll see you guys tomorrow because I'm definitely going to do it. And we're also going to be doing a podcast tomorrow night with Big Boy Prince. So check that out. Support the podcast. Buy a t-shirt. Donate to the stream. I'll see you guys in the next one.